dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seeming. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Run that thing back, cause that boy about to jump off the back. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we in now. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and the high vibrating species on the planet. You know what I'm talking about? What's happening? All my high vibers out there. What's going on, y'all? Salute. Peace to you. Peace to you. Come on in. Welcome back to the channel. You know what I'm talking about? Academates. No days off. Peace and love to you. Y'all come on in. We right back at it. We got some Cat SCPs, y'all. Don't know where it's going. All I can say about the cat is that I love cats. Peace and love, and Ashe to Sekhmet. You know what I'm saying, and Bass. You know what I'm saying. Definitely to the ancestors. You know what I'm saying, to some of the gods and goddesses out there. You feel me? And another thing I know about cats is definitely they're spiritual in nature. They it's said that they can see in both spectrums, 3D, 4D, the astral world or the other side or whatever you like to call it over there. They can see both sides, meaning they can see spirits and specters and elementals and things that's vibrating so fast that the naked eye can't perceive. All right, basically. And yeah, from my personal experience, I have cats. From my personal experience, I can say that yeah, that's 100 because they be seeing things and doing things that's just kind of like I wonder. Not to mention, excuse me, one of my buddies, as I sleep through the night, gets on my chest and guards me through the night. Basically protects me through the night. He's black as night, looks like a panther. I call him Cloud. So, peace and love to Cloud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that. So, we got Cat SCPs. Shallow Law. Ace in the back, please. Shut your face. You know what I'm talking about? We're not going to have a hard time today. Alright? Again, if the vid don't necessarily drop at 7, just hang in there. It'll get there. You know what I'm saying? They're trying. I guess they're trying to do everything that they possibly can to keep me from releasing videos. We're just going over SCPs, y'all. I mean, anybody want to get in on that with me? You know, we're just going over SCPs. What is the freaking problem? You know what I'm saying? What's the problem? I mean, honestly, this started before I even got to the SCPs. I was just, like I said, the channel started. We were doing paranormal videos. You know what I'm saying? We were reacting to paranormal videos, y'all. And I kept hearing the skinwalker. I got tired of it because everything is not a freaking skinwalker. I just got tired of it, so I just went on a search to find skinwalkers. And I ran into the SCP Foundation. And that's where we've been ever since I found it. But it's really not me finding it, you know what I'm saying? One of my babies brought it to me. It's like they was looking at it on YouTube, and I'm like, "What is that?" It's like, "It's SCPs." I'm like, "What is an SCP?" And she told me about it, and it's like, okay. And then I looked and I checked it out, and I was like, okay. And ironically, it was one of the SCPs that I actually knew some back history about. That was on another note that didn't have anything to do with SCPs, and that would be the nine-tailed fox that we discovered. So. The Kitsune, you know what I mean? Found that, and I'm like, wait a minute, why would that be over there then? If this supposed to be make believe, all right? So I don't know what the bid is. I don't know what the problem is, but this is the pressure, and I guess if we gon', you know what I'm saying? If it's pressure that we got to put on them, and it's pressure that we're putting on them, then I guess we just gonna keep putting pressure on them because we just going over SCPs. I don't think I'm done. I'm actually more and more intrigued. The more I go through this stuff, the more interesting and intriguing this stuff becomes. Okay, so we're here. This is what I'm here for. Whatever. So Academates, I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're gonna get to what it is that we do. Pressure. You know what I'm saying? We know we getting it busting, but I guess we could say pressure. SCP series, salute to you. Let's get it.
Cat SCPs.
I'm talking about he comes off right off the rip.
H.P. Lovecraft once wrote that cats appeal to the deepest founts of imagination and cosmic perception in the human mind.
Oh yeah?
And in their flawless grace and superior self-sufficiency, he saw a symbol of the perfect beauty and bland impersonality of the universe itself. Cats, much like dogs, have their place in the SCP universe as well, with anomalous cats ranging from the quirky to the terrifying.
Right.
As usual, this is just a small sampling of the dozens of feline SCPs on the wiki. Let's start with the most quintessential cat SCP, SCP-529, also known as Josie. Josie is a small house cat with gray tabby markings, who happens to be missing the rear end of her body.
Well, damn.
The rear half is not simply invisible, it physically isn't there, with the body sharply terminating as if the cat was sliced in half.
Yeah, I see
Despite this, Josie has no health issues, and moves as if her hindquarters were still there. She also makes motions after feeding as if she were voiding herself of waste matter. The sliced section appears pure black, and is slightly yielding to the touch. Gently stroking the area occasionally yields a positive reaction, but more usually leads to Josie scratching the offender. Josie is free to move about the Foundation facility containing her, and is generally quite affectionate. As an aside, in the rather epic SCP-1730, one of the agents involved loses a leg to a mysterious black substance, but late...
Okay, hold on. It seems like this is dark matter, but at the same time, it's almost like, okay, wait a minute. So it's there. You can see it. It's dark matter. That's what, okay, all right, it's dark matter. And more than likely, this come from the other side, being able to tap into the other side. And then not to mention the cat eyes. The cat's eyes are the same as the serpent, the snake. So that's the resemblance of the domestic, the domestic cat, because the lion's eyes aren't like that. It's only the domestic cat where you get the serpentine eyes. Yeah, so cats definitely have reptilian in them. But yeah, I'm thinking that this back part of the body, this dark mass, is dark matter, carbon.
Later claims that he can still feel the leg brushing up against something wet and furry. It's commonly believed that the agent's leg is wherever the back half of Josie is, so at least she always has something to rub up against. Moving on, SCP-247 is not a small house cat, although it appears to be one. In actuality, it is a Bengal tiger, and both direct observation as well as photos and videos show it to be a small cat, with fur resembling that of a tiger. Weight tests, water displacement analysis, and dental molds from bite marks all prove that it is in fact a standard tiger. The second part of 247's anomalous effect is that it causes anyone who views it to be convinced that it's completely harmless, regardless of prior knowledge or experience. This effect drops off in relation to distance from the cat, but those close by show extreme reluctance to harming the animal or allowing others to harm it, even if they themselves are currently being harmed by it. When approached by someone, 247 will typically begin to purr or mew until the person approaches to pet it. It will allow itself to be pet for a short time, upwards of 7 minutes, before disemboweling and devouring the individual. The Foundation...
7 minutes. Spiritual in nature.
Performed a number of tests with the animal, placing it in an enclosure with other animals. It played with a small kitten, scared off a dog just by sitting there, killed a deer with a single bite and proceeded to devour it, allowed a chimpanzee to groom it for an hour before devouring it, and nearly got into a fight with a grizzly bear before the test was aborted. Basically, they concluded that this is a creature that has adapted to best be able to kill humans by easily luring them in the guise of a cat. A test with a male Bengal tiger led to the SCP reproducing, resulting in an even more dangerous progeny, and now the Foundation is determined to hunt down any of these that have been bred in the wild.
I mean, wouldn't that be like mind altering, like a mind altering SCP as well, to make you think that it's not dangerous, and then when you get up on it 7 minutes, you know what I'm saying, then it jumps on your ace card? Like, that's a bit deceptive, don't you think? Oh, and speaking of which, my other computer just started playing, just coming out my speakers. I'm like, what the?
Continuing on to something a bit more nightmarish, SCP-511, a mass of biological matter that takes the form of a large feline, albeit one with extra limbs, eyes, mouths, or other organs. Its fur is a random patchwork of various feline coat patterns, colors, and lengths, but since it's typically coated with dirt, blood, and fecal matter, it generally appears to be black in color. 511's mass varies from 10 kilograms, or 22 pounds, to over 50 kilograms, or 110 pounds, depending on the number of feral cats that live in the area alongside 511, as most of this mass consists of dead cats. The rest of its mass consists of small rodents, various plant materials, insects, black mold, and potentially even human remains. Due to the wide variety of materials comprising the mass, it undergoes different stages of biodegradation simultaneously, with some areas showing little more than lividity, others showing maggot infestation, and some areas even showing liquefaction of tissues. Researchers have also noted that although 511 occasionally makes a sound similar to purring, this is in fact the sound of insects trapped within its mass. Instances of SCP-511 tend to prefer...
I humbly apologize if you just had lunch or dinner or whatever. Hold it.
Dark
Hold
spaces
it. I do
with high
apologize.
humidity,
Didn't know it was
such as
going
old
there.
basements and crawl spaces, where it will congregate with a colony of feral cats. It will spend its time scavenging for new biomass to incorporate into itself, as well as having the feral cats retrieve biomass from elsewhere and bringing it back. The Foundation found that SCP-511 become far more aggressive unless there's a human presence in the area, so they began having D-Class stay in the homes where 511 are found if the original homeowner dies. 16 days after a D-Class was assigned to a site, the D-Class began showing signs of increased aggression, verbally abusing Foundation personnel and engaging in superficial vandalism of the home.
Ooh. Look at that focus. Y'all see that? That's what I'm talking about, the serpentine. You feel me? You feel me? That serpentine. Look at the focus on that thing, though. You know, man, I bet you looking like y'all can see my face now. You feel me? Looking at the butterfly face, like, bro, if you don't get off my nose. Like, what you got going on, gang?
Interfered with the Foundation team by throwing garbage.
That's pretty cool. They're the same colors too, though.
And 2 more days later, he began capturing feral cats and dismembering them in the kitchen.
That's a dope picture.
His body was discovered in the basement after attempting to do something that was expunged from the record, and the house was incinerated. The Foundation sent in an MTF to capture one of these things, but it didn't go well. They were meant to capture it and place it in a large containment unit, but the tight quarters of the cramped house filled with garbage made it difficult. They ended up placing an animal corpse inside the unit to try and bait it into going in. The plan worked initially, but when they rolled the containment unit out of the house, the 511 entity explosively decompressed and splattered itself all over the inside of the unit. The MTF were then attacked by a horde of 200 to 300 feral cats from the house, leaving only a single survivor. The agent says that SCP-511 isn't influencing those cats, but rather it's the feral cats that have somehow made these 511 entities, because they hate us. 3 weeks later, another new instance of 511 was found in a house 35 kilometers away from the last, with genetic material identified inside of it as coming from 3 agents from the MTF.
So wait, so are we dealing with an extraterrestrial species here? Could that possibly be what we're dealing with? I don't necessarily want to say the Lyrans or anything like that, but I mean, and then he came out and said they did this, they created the anomaly because they hate humans.
Reality benders are some of the most dangerous threats known to the Foundation, entities that can alter reality at will. The majority of these are humans, of course, but some, such as SCP-795, are a little different. SCP-795 is a black, long-haired domestic cat, capable of changing the physical form of any living creature it can see within a range of 30 meters, as well as telepathically suggesting humans within the same distance. It's also capable of transferring these abilities to other cats in the area, but the effect wears off after a few hours if separated. Aside from this, SCP-795 is utterly normal in every other way, so its abilities are used much differently than a typical reality.
Look at the eyes on that man. What the Hebrews, bro? What is really going on? Like clearly, guys, we're over here. Like how in the how? I apologize, y'all. What? Hey, look at the eyes on this mother man. This thing. Hey, bro, this one don't look normal, bro. This one don't. Hey, this one is not looking normal. Look at that man. This man look at the eyes from the pop out his head, bruh. What the fuck?
Bender. Living things it encounters that it considers to be friendly are typically transformed into another cat, so that it can play with it, while anything considered unfriendly or dangerous is transformed into a small prey animal to be killed and eaten.
Y'all need to put a question mark on this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Put a question mark on him, because I don't know what that is. Hey man, y'all better watch out. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't what it typically looks like. This could be an alien species. I'm just saying. Look at the bruh. Look at me. Look at that.
Transformations will wear off after a period of 1 hour after being removed from 795's presence. It has so far proven unable to transform itself, inanimate objects, or objects that it cannot see. Telepathically, it will suggest humans near it to provide more food and better quality food, softer bedding, toys, and to be let out of its enclosure. 795 was originally contained at an animal control center, where it was named Junior. The Foundation found a number of unusual conditions at the control center, including that cats were roaming the facility freely, the center was tens of thousands of dollars over budget for cat care and supplies, 3 of the staff were missing and presumed victims of 795, and every dog the center had been euthanized. Moving on, SCP-607 is a gray male.
Hey, I wonder if that would be going on at some of these veterinary clinics when you get there and the cats just be roaming free. 'Cause they don't just let the dogs just roam, of course. You feel me? I mean, we for good reason, of course. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm retarded or anything. Like, man, that wouldn't, you know. I know how dogs get down, but I just wonder. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to think about. Cause I mean, I deal with a lot of vets. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely be having the cats out just living a life.
American short-hair cat of indeterminate age that goes by the name Dorian.
I'll keep that in mind next time I roll up in the clinic.
Dorian was discovered to be anomalous when a man suddenly and without warning
and they always come up to me too,
at a
you know what I mean?
cocktail party in New York City. The moment of his death was found to have perfectly coincided with another party attendee inadvertently running over the man's cat with their vehicle. During a Foundation investigation into the death, an agent went outside for a cigarette when Dorian approached him and began to bond with the agent, who subsequently adopted the cat. Unfortunately, the agent found the cat to be difficult to support, as it wouldn't eat, was lethargic, and seemed to lack a will to live. The agent joked with fellow agents that he was experiencing sympathy hunger pains, and 7 days later, both he and the cat died of starvation. When the cat's body was taken into Foundation custody for examination, it reanimated 24 hours after its death. It seems that once 607 bonds with a person, it forms a negatively symbiotic relationship, wherein any injuries inflicted upon the cat are reflected as closely as possible onto the person. Bruises, breaks, illnesses, and death are all copied over to the bonded person, with the only real difference being that Dorian reanimates after 24 hours, whereas the person does not.
That's fucked. Right, that's effed up, bro. But yo, I want to say before this little aspect of the video get away from us, Academates, that there is an actual thing in this reality. Blood bonding and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Magic, of course. And magic is real. You'd be surprised how real magic is, and how so many people are being hypnotized every day and put under spells daily. You'd be surprised. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always Harry Potter type magic. I mean, Harry Potter type magic does get down. It is a thing as well, but everything ain't Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Some things are just as simple as etymology. Just that simple. The changing of words, the changing of meanings, the misnomers that you can put on people's history, culture, names, language, land, so you can take it. So you use a lot of wordplay and paperwork to fraudulently take something from a people and then say that they don't exist, and to those that do exist, they come from a whole another country that they're not even from or familiar with. Type of magic with words. Yeah, that's how simple it can get.
Upon reanimation, the cat shows no apparent physical injuries whatsoever. This would be a relatively fine anomaly if that were all, but unfortunately, Dorian has proven itself to be perpetually suicidal. Regardless of its owner's attempts to appease it, Dorian will soon make attempts to kill itself, whether through starvation, harming itself with its teeth and claws, running into traffic, antagonizing large dogs and allowing itself to be mauled, eating poisonous materials, jumping into heavy machinery, and in the Foundation's care, attempting to enter Keter containment chambers. The cat's current owner, a Foundation agent, has suffered a number of
Hey man, this cat here is, hey, y'all need to do something about this one. This dude, I'm trying to not say the word, but I just want to say it so bad. Like, dude, this is fucked up. I mean, for real. Like, that cat is fucked up. Can we do something about him? Jeez. Who made this thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'd be on, gang. Who made this? Because this one over here tweaking. Like, he trying to kill everything. That boy ain't got no remorse. And then he come back to do it all over again. Man, who made this thing? Like, for real. You attached to him, you out of there. He gonna attempt to kill himself on purpose, which takes you out of there, and then he reincarnates himself or regenerates himself. He back within 24 hours, and you checked out completely. Bro, what the fuck? What?
Of injuries due to the relationship. But thanks to the
Cat
cat
SCPs,
largely being restrained in a small containment chamber most of the time,
I don't think they're cats.
They have yet to die.
That's for damn sure.
As we've discussed before, immortality is really nothing more than a curse. And it's rather sad to think of this poor cat that is just sick of going on, now stuck for eternity in a small Foundation box.
But see, the thing is, okay, when you when you put it like that in y'all shit, I mean, and y'all look, and y'all care, I feel you. I wouldn't want to go on forever here dealing with you idiots. No, definitely not. On another scale, I'm thinking like maybe this is an entity from somewhere else inside the cat body, like that, like an avatar, bro. Like, I'm just saying, maybe this is like an avatar. You know, feel me? And that's what he doing. And they got that frequency that gets in that mind that make you do all them things, you know, because this ain't nothing but frequency, you know what I'm saying? I tell you, it's a war. It's a battle for that mind, always a battle for that mind, you know what I'm saying? And this just how, you know what I'm saying, how you get in that trickery. The trickery, hey, it's serious out here. And you got to be careful. Everything ain't what it seems. Everything ain't what it appears. The eyes are definitely deceiving at times. Now, it's going to be times that you see exactly what you're seeing. Now, the mind might not believe that's what you're seeing, but the eyes are seeing that. And then there's times that the eyes are seeing something that's really not that. So that's when we add in, it's not safe to jump to conclusion or assumption. You feel me? Let's get more information before we just delve in. But this right here, bro, I'm thinking like these things are not cats. They just resemble cats. This could be a different species animating these cats from a different location and sending people down through there as an experiment.
Which is
because, you know, they always experiment
as it is about a cat. 5113-1 is an orange domestic house cat capable of vocal communications, possessing a personality and intelligence similar to an adult human.
Ooh, that boy, mobster. I bet his name is Muggsy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that boy mugging hard. He mad as hell about that dog by him. Like, man, y'all come get this dog from by me, bruh. I don't do dogs, bruh. I'm cooling, but I don't do dogs, bruh.
With other cats.
And I done told him already, Spike, I don't do dogs, bruh.
Of this than a
why you over here, bruh?
Its other traits include having all of its internal organs mirrored from where they should be, a lack of a spleen, stomach, or gallbladder, and an absence of material where its brain should be. Despite these abnormalities, they don't seem to affect its health or functionality. 5113-2, on the other hand,
okay, hold on, bruh. Now you ain't finna tell me with all them missing body parts. I mean, organs that anybody's supposed to have, and this thing is. Look, I can't even get my words straight. That's how crazy that sound. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. But damn, that don't sound crazy. It ain't even got a space where the brain's supposed to be. It ain't even nothing there. So something's got to be operating this thing, man.
Possessing all of the same
Spirit
traits
from the
as
other
the cat.
side. I'm trying to tell you.
Both were
That's
purchased from
probably,
Marshall,
man,
Carter, and Dark in 2012 when they were both juveniles, and it was determined that since they both were familiar with one another, that they would be raised together. During containment, the cat, known as Chairman Meow, made a number of escape attempts. The first 5 attempts involved attacking its handler during exercise time and attempting to climb the chain-link fence surrounding its enclosure. None of these were successful, and a GPS tracking chip was inserted into the cat after the second. The 6th attempt also involved escaping from its handler during exercise time, followed by digging a hole under the fence. Unfortunately for the cat, it found itself then trapped in the secondary enclosure surrounding the first, and was recaptured. The 7th, 8th, and 9th attempts involved the cat escaping and hiding inside of the Foundation facility, where it was unable to leave, but was able to avoid recontainment for 4, 7, and 23 days, respectively. Since the site is shielded, the GPS tracking chip was non-functional, which is why it took so long to find it. Finally, on the 10th attempt, he was able to escape from the facility through unknown means, but was quickly tracked down using GPS. This happened again twice more. On the 13th attempt, however, the cat escaped and physically removed its tracking chip somehow. Unfortunately, 5113-2, known as Woofer, was able to provide useful information on where the cat was, and he was recaptured. Upon recontainment, the cat swears and attacks Woofer, calling him a traitor. Woofer claims that he doesn't know what happened, and perhaps they heard him talking about it in the yard, referring to the cat as M. M knows, however, that Woofer told the humans about where he went, because he'd do anything to help them. Woofer denies this, but M says that he sold out his only friend for a pat on the head. Woofer instead says that M left him alone, and after calming down, M says that the whole point of having a meetup spot was so that they could meet there, but Woofer says that he's too big to get out of here. M says that he's just got to wait for his moment, but Woofer replies that he was going to be alone. M rebukes him and says that if he didn't make it out, he would have come back for him, but Woofer doesn't believe it, claiming that M would have thought about it but then would have been distracted and would never get around to it, and he'd be stuck here forever. M then moves over next to Woofer in front of the television in their cell, and says that he's still mad at him, but American Ninja Warrior is on, and they're going to watch humans pretend to be cats. The two animals then proceeded to fall asleep next to one another. No further escape attempts were made after this incident, whether due to a change in M's behavior, or just the Foundation being more vigilant against it. In January of 2020, however, it became clear that Woofer was reaching the end of its natural lifespan, and it was decided that he would be allowed to expire naturally and to live alongside M during the process. The last conversation between the two was recorded. Woofer tells M that he thinks it's time, and M asks if there's anything he needs. Woofer tells him to turn on the TV, where there's a show in which people pretend to be cats. Woofer says that's good, as M likes that one, and asks if there's a show about cats pretending to be humans. M says that there probably is, as cats can do anything. Woofer asks if he'll go to the people place when he dies, but M doesn't think so, and doesn't think that they go anywhere either. M then apologizes, and says that what matters is what we're doing right now. Woofer asks if he means watching TV, and M says sure, but for him it was being the best cat he could be, and it could be something like that for Woofer if he wants. The two animals pause for several minutes, and then Woofer asks if he was the best dog he could be. M says, hell no, he's a terrible dog, but he was his best friend, to which Woofer responds that that's nice. The two remain silent for the following 47 minutes before Woofer says that he thought there'd be more, and expires. Sometime later, the Foundation receives a letter from Wilson's Wildlife Solutions, who consulted on the two anomalies, in which they express their sorrow at the loss of Woofer. On a brighter note, however, on the same day that Woofer passed, a Great Dane puppy was born, possessing all of the same anatomical irregularities as M and Woofer. Although it can't speak, it does cry similarly to a human newborn. They believe that it's best if it grows up with similar anomalies, and they're sending it along to the Foundation. Cats are rather interesting and unique animals, to be sure. Going back to Lovecraft, he referred to them as haughty, unconquered, mysterious, luxurious, impersonal, bland, grave, competent, and patrician. Most of these SCPs were either grim, tragic, or both, which is fairly in line with the list of dog SCPs as well. Both animals are great, and both have been featured in a number of great SCPs. It's certainly not my place to say that either animal is better than the other. But it's cats.
Yeah. Okay, so check it out. That's the video. And I agree with him, cats, because dogs are dumber than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to call it out what it is. I love dogs. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? They do get down with you. Some of my best friends, I can't like, you know what I'm saying? And no pun intended. You feel me? Because dogs, at one point in my life did show me some things about life itself in so many different ways. So I got mad respect for dogs, but they are dumber than a motherfucker, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they I'm just saying. When you do the comparison against a cat, bro, no. Cats can basically take care of themselves. Dogs are trying to tear up anything and everything it can possibly get its paws on or teeth into. You know what I'm saying? Like my dogs now. You know what I'm saying? I promise you. But listen, he said something about dog SCPs. So I'm about to do a search and see if we can find the dog SCPs and see exactly what we're working with the dogs. In the meantime, in between time, y'all keep y'all head on the swivel. Watch out for the cats that's trying to take you down through that. You feel me? Like I say, y'all. You know what I mean? Do your research. Get into some of these sciences. Don't just let things go over your head. Things and everything ain't really, you know what I'm saying, always what it's cracked out to be. But then there's some things it's so much deeper than what they make it out to be. You know what I mean? And it's up to you to really do the research and find out what's going on. We cats, like I said, very spiritual in nature, and they were doing definitely some spiritual things there. Telepathy one, but then we do know that animals can communicate with one another. Excuse me. You get yourself on the frequency, you can then communicate with animals as well. Hence the Beastmaster and Dr. Doolittle and things of that nature, which, like I said, y'all, these are real things. You just got to tap into the sciences, and you got to, you know what I'm saying, get your body right, cleanse your body, you know what I'm saying, of all these toxins and things like that. So I always work on detoxing your mind, detoxing your body, exercise, try to eat right, you know what I'm saying, work on your diets, you know what I'm saying, try to fast, you know what I'm saying, just things of that nature that help you out, that help out your body, help out your mind, you know what I'm saying, and it take you a long way, you know what I'm saying. So make sure y'all keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected, and eating right and taking care of yourself is one of those ways that you stay protected. Can't really do anything about the stuff that's outside of you, but you can do something about the things that's within you, and that's one way to start. You know what I mean? Do your research,